Hello, Mr. Milo of Trading Cards. What a wonderful video you've just posted.
That's what every video of yours should start like.
Yeah, yeah, even if you're not here. Like
Yeah.
when you randomly mention people's names. No, I just love that you have that one guy that comments on every video that says, "Hello, Mr. Milo of Trading Cards" before saying
Yes,
anything else.
Robert Springs, and he does that for a variety of different people. He's quite a character. Also, just became a grandfather, so congrats to Robert Springs.
We'll definitely keep this in the show then. So, congrats, Robert Springs. It is 2025. I haven't had to say that in a video yet. So welcome
No
to the
reason
world.
to. No, really, it
Yeah,
wasn't 2025 before. Why would you?
maybe in the last 5 days I'd done a video, but I hadn't. Have you done a video in the last 5 days?
No, I'm
No.
done completely. I finished.
You're done.
2024 was it.
That's it. You just bailed out. I,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe it either, but I
No.
tell myself it all the time.
It's like when someone said to me a couple days ago, looking forward to the final Terrible Fest and the final Terrible Fest after that and the final Terrible Fest after that. I legitimately got mad. I'm like, no, damn it. This will be the last one.
But
I want,
why? If there's more demand, you should, come
well,
with the supply.
if there is demand, there will be other things. It
Yeah.
just won't be the same at the end of March, using Film Freeway, dealing with the same weirdos the same way. I'm going to and playing the snobby film nerd film festival way. I'm going to change into another world. I'm going to shuck myself out of this skin and turn into another monster.
Are you saying that there could potentially be the not so terrible fest in
Well,
2026?
it'll still be terrible. It just might not be a fest. Maybe it will be the terrible road show
Oh,
where I'll go around and I will grade your terribleness like Antiques Roadshow. We'll just appear in front of churches and old castles.
like retired wrestlers
Yeah, right.
telling
Yeah.
stories.
Yeah, I'd be like that. There'll be all sorts of weird round tables going around the on a road show telling everybody about how shit their movies were. Shout out to Janice Click. I was having a late night conversation with them. They were talking about getting a band back together, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know if I could tour in a band again." And it's like, all you have to do is do at least one middle of the summer terrible tour, like 7 days that make you want to die, and do a musical documentary. Since Janice made a really great documentary of touring one of their films this summer, which I won't lie, and they know it as much as anybody else. That documentary is as difficult to watch as it probably was for them to live. So the Summer of Janice is now available online for free, all 3 hours. But I figured if they want to go out with a bang, that they should make a musical version for this year. The only way to top themselves is to do a 3 hour musical reality show. I think people shouldn't listen to me for ideas of products.
I mean, I'm in. I'll pre-order my tickets right now. Just
Right
send me the
now.
link.
Right. Okay. See, Janice, maybe I do have right ideas. Um, Speaking of people like Janice, there will be a whole bunch of people returning for Terrible Fest this year. There's actually going to be a solo alumni return day. It will be at the very beginning of March. So, like, almost all March is going to be Terrible Fest. So, I'm going to burn us out so badly that you'll be glad that I won't be doing it again in March next year. So, be prepared. Stay tuned to these channels, but also stay tuned to Mr. Milo's channel of trading cards, which is why Milo has joined me today because I was inspired to buy some of these DC NFL. Oh, one that's upside down. Oh no, DC. No, it's still
They're
upside down.
both upside down.
Wah! There we go. DC NFTs. Um, I don't totally get the gist of these. I'm just gonna hold these. I'll superimpose one on the screen later on. But you opened up a full box from the dollar store that gets like 8 packs in them.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. It's $4 at the Dollarama. These, I think they normally retailed for about 40 to $50 Canadian.
I never saw them in stores before.
Yeah, I did. And I was always thinking about it, but I was like, nah, I'm not that into it. It's pretty expensive. Some people did go deep on those, and now they are calling the company that made them HRO criminals, and they should be locked up. Because boy, did they liquidate their supply. And at the end of the month, you will no longer be able to redeem them for the NFTs.
Right. Yeah. So it's new year, no NFTs, which also it's a questionable thing. But I kind of looked into it because as an NFT, there should only be one of each. And even that it's digital, which is hilarious, but because it's kind of like a cryptocurrency in a way. It's like you're trading something that might be in demand. But but I thought because the cards aren't one of each, you can definitely get doubles of the cards. But the
Every single card is technically unique, and I'll show that to you when you open it.
Yeah, which I did figure out because it
Okay,
has a QR code on the back. So, are you going to open one with me? Because I have one. I will
I have
gift you
the.
a return so you can have a still eight to open on your future video.
I was just gonna open the full box, but since you're opening the Shazam one. Maybe I'll open the other one
Oh, okay.
so that people can see the.
For the lulls, I'd opened up a good chunk of the box already, and they're not kidding. When you go to a certain dollar store that does have it, you'll find bazillions. Ooh, that's the other pack I saw there. That's cool. I
Yeah, I
do.
mean, it's hard to find them right now. The places that I did find them at were sold out the last couple times I went.
I was home with the parents in Kingston, and the Dollarama downtown there has the whole front of the place overfloweth with them. So I'm going to open up with Shazam. Shazam is one of my more favorite characters. I actually enjoyed the last two movies. When most of the other DC stuff I can't say that about, but
I
yeah,
like Suicide Squad, the newer Suicide
yeah, I
Squad.
like the second Suicide Squad. And sometimes I think I liked it just because of how disappointed I was in the first one, and so in comparison, it seems like gold. But yeah, I liked it. Uh, I guess that's why Peacekeeper is still in the DCU. All right, I'm gonna just open this. I'm just gonna open. Just I gotta say the magic
Rip it!
words. Should say Shazam. It's weird that Black
Can you
Adam
get
has
a
to say Shazam.
can you get a card of Dwayne the Rock Johnson in this set? I think you can.
You probably can. Well, especially because it's fairly recent. Because for the Shazam ones, the last two cards are always based on the movie, and it's based
Yep.
off the sequel of Shazam 2.
So
Um,
you can't get him as like in the red one or
the red one, yeah, just an actual just Rock Johnson one, yeah.
yeah.
Um, I was watching a clip that the amazing YouTube channel WWE Vault, good for WWE for doing this for so everyone can see it, where they just post old stuff. They this weekend posted the first ever episode of Raw, which was bad. Um, but they also posted a 2003 clip where Goldberg first comes to WWE, and The Rock says then in 2003 that he has just turned 30 and he's done everything he can do. There's nothing more he needs to do. He should retire. And they're like, oh my God. He was out there being like a danger to everybody in wrestling last year. so
Yeah.
so literally like 21 years later, he was still milking the shit out of that. So it'll never end.
I think he's going to be on Monday too.
Yeah, I have a feeling he will be. I mean, anything to advertise the new Raw. So, what we were talking about of how everyone's technically different, it's because of these guys in the back. The
Actually, you see that number
Mhm.
underneath? It says A, and that's a number there.
Yeah.
That is the number of times that card has been printed. So like that is that number of card. So if you get
Oh, okay.
A1 to
Right.
A100, those
Right.
are like the first 100 versions of that card, and those are the ones that have a higher mint value.
I mean, in theory,
Now,
that's
of
pretty
course,
cool. But then when you realize that the card can have 8,659 on it,
oh, they're like 60,000.
yeah.
You can open an A 60,000. That's why A1 to 100. But ultimately, all of that is bogus because the cards are at Dollarama now, so they're
Right.
all worthless. Yeah.
But then the concept of the NFTs, though, which therefore means I never bothered scanning into them. I don't know if you bothered trying to apply to the app and looking at them.
Oh, I did try that, and I got about halfway through, and then I realized that part of the onboarding process to enable it is to make a purchase with real
Um,
money in the app, and then I was like, well, I'm out.
Yeah, which again, because the NFT game is supposed to be like a money making thing, but it kind of made it sound like you were just getting a digital copy of the card, but you're obviously getting something different because the because the QR codes on the back of them, like I have three Nightwings and they all have a different QR code. So I guess you're
Yeah.
getting different things out of them.
Yeah,
So
you'll get the NFT that is 30,421.
yeah, but I mean,
And
if people got doubles of that, that's messed up. So I'm
yeah.
gonna go through this, and some of these cards are great. Some of these are classic art. Some of them are just the symbols. Some of them are not even just the symbols; they're just their names written in their font. And then the last two are always like advertisements. So we got Batwoman. She's slightly forgotten these days, but she was sort of a big thing about I don't know 12 years ago, maybe a little bit more than that. Um, they gave her own TV series. She went through two different stars. That show was cursed. It pretty much destroyed the CW. But I didn't mind the character. She was dating the female Question, who I think might be the Question again in comic continuity. I ever so often look in, but I never really up to date. We got just a Doctor Fate name card.
Mm,
I mean, I guess sure. Okay, I'm a fan of Doctor Fate. We got it's not a sketch card. It's just a black and white
a
group of the
superior
Justice.
inks.
Yeah, Superior stinks. And I guess it's also through the timeline, so we get like different versions of them, but all still looks like by the same artist. So it seems a little silly, except for at the bottom. The bottom is that early 2000s Justice League comic.
They don't give you the artist names on the cards, do they?
No, they don't.
That's a bummer. They
Some of
need to do
them
that
you can probably
consistent.
see like their signature in here. Like
They
this
should
is
clearly state who the artist is on the card, even in tiny print.
yeah. No, they should. This is because this is a cool like era artist. I bet I could figure out who this artist is if I tried harder. But the very fact that they've done the top, one of the weirder dimensional characters from the Flash.
Oh, I've never heard of that character. Does he just spin around?
Yeah, basically,
He does big spins?
he's it. I'm not going to get into the nerdness of it, but the top is the Reverse Flash from a timeline gone wrong. So he's
Oh, so
like
he can't run really fast, just spin really
yeah, he's
fast.
out of control, I guess. But he's also, I think, Eobon Thorne as well. So there's like more than one version of that same guy. And then the Flash would change time and cause other butterfly effects. And so he'd always be this weird thing they just bring back once in a while. So we got a foily, shiny one. This is from a very recent, I don't know if that recent, but at least in the last like 6, 7 years comic book. I think this was Batman Incorporated was what this was a cover from. But I definitely had it. I got in like a grab bag of a whole bunch of issues of it. But it's shiny and it's got Catwoman and she looks like she squeaks when she moves. She's so rubbery
How
looking.
does she move in that thing?
And then you got your two Shazam cards. Ooh, oh no, it's so Shazam literally just advertising Shazam, um, saying it's blah 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 wisdom and stuff. And then one of his family members, okay, sort of art card, but again, based off the movie, not off any of the comic books. So they're kind of generic looking. So it's like you get two exciting cards out of the whole set. That's about it for me. So every one of them I've opened, I've got like two exciting.
Can't get too exciting.
So you let's see if you can get more exciting.
I'm gonna open one of the 8 card packs because in those boxes you get two 8 card packs and the rest are 7 card packs. I don't know why. Who knows?
Only one number difference. I mean, you often get that in your blaster boxes and that, but I mean, not by one card.
All right, we're starting with some pencils here. I don't know if you can you
Oh
see
yeah,
the
oh yeah,
card?
now I can now. Yep, it's a Wonder Woman with pouty lips.
Look at those lips.
A Wonder Woman.
That's after the Botox.
Oh wow, the Wonder Botox. Just get a really powerful needle to break through there.
I've got a better Dr. Fate for you.
What?
I
Oh,
like
actually, I
these
really like that.
retro ones.
That looks
Yeah,
like remember we went to Nations Arcade and they it
yeah.
was that place I was addicted to and it would if you put coins in it would push out the chance of getting a card. It was from that era of design. Those were like the superpowers toys designs.
Mhm.
Yeah, no, I like those a lot. Very
Yeah, I
cool.
do too. I think that I sometimes get card signed by actors and athletes through the mail, And I think this one would look really cool, signed by who's that guy that played Dr. Fate,
Oh, Pierce
Brosnan?
Brosnan, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, did he ever even actually appear in the? He's appeared in the Superpower toys, but it's like, did it ever appear in the Superpower cartoon? I don't think so. But
You
ooh.
know Felix Faust?
Oh yes, okay, now it makes sense. Now I see what's going on there.
Did
There was
did
a,
he sell his soul for something?
I would imagine he's an evil wizard. He's the
So probably
main
for the powers then.
for the powers, yeah, for the to be like the powers of Felix. He got himself a magic bag. When he opens it up, it has different things like Felix the cat.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, Felix Faust is sort of the one of the main antagonists in the Justice League Dark animated movie, which is actually really good. I recommend.
They made a lot of those, didn't they? Those DC animated films
Yeah, I
like
mean they're still rocking them
recently.
out, and they're new. They got their new animation style, which took me a little bit to get into, but I'm into it. But Justice League Dark was sort of one of the last of the last wave, and everyone was kind of on the Constantine bandwagon.
Bangwagon, that's a different website.
Yeah.
We got Captain Cold.
Oh
I
yeah.
really like the artwork on this one.
Nothing like a little cold field to slow things down. It's very pointy nosed. I guess Captain Cold's always had a pointy nose.
And this one is actually in the first 1000. It is a
What?
572. Yeah. So
Ooh.
if you want to trade for this card, you can contact me. My link will be in the description below.
Except for I'm thinking of in the CW DC TV series where they made sexy Captain Cold. He was the guy
Ooh.
from Prison Break. So he
But then
was
he became Captain Hot and they had to
right.
change.
And they had
Yeah.
to melt him, so then he died. Yeah. Multiverse.
Well, we got the
Well, there
Dr. Fate pack.
that's a pretty recent Doctor Fate too. That's from the Justice Society comic, just pre Flashpoint. I know my nerdness.
Speaking of Flashpoint, this is our foil. It's hard to tell. It is kind of a nice image.
Yeah, and actually,
Maybe a poster for the movie or something.
I think it
Wasn't, but
probably was like an ad. I think it's advertising for the movie, but it's interesting because it actually kind of looks like Flash's new costume in the very recent, like this year alone, he changed his costume a bit. They put some black into it because you put black into a costume, it makes you up to date and badass.
yeah, totally. That's why that original X-Men movie had all
Yeah,
those sweet leather jackets. Have you seen this new Flash movie? Newer Flash movie?
yeah, I saw it. I the two flashes and a microphone, two flash.
Yeah.
I got two flashes and a Batman. And a pretty cool Supergirl too, but
Yeah.
yeah, convoluted. The effects definitely had some issues, and they were like, "Look how incredible we are," and I'm like, "It kind of looks like a mistake." And Michael Keaton, as much as we were so excited to see him as Batman, he seems like he's really tired. Like
I mean,
he feels like this is great, but I don't really want to do it.
yeah. And then he went on to do Beetlejuice again.
Yeah, and kind of did the same thing in that, but it was great to see it. But then there was this sort of underlining feeling, ooh, and then there we go with the flash. Good,
The
okay,
flashcards.
yeah.
This one's kind of boring, but hopefully we get a banger at the end here. Boom!
Actually, it
Oh, it's
is
another.
it's a Foley one, and it's of the Supergirl that's on the box. It's her Supergirl's new costume in the comic books, like very recently,
Yeah, I like this one.
with her like no cape costumes he's got.
It's an epic.
Definitely.
That's what they call it. I'll be the judge of what's epic around here. Just because the card tells me it's epic. Ooh.
It has to, some things have to be explained for you. Um, So yeah, folks, if you want to get them, they're super cheap. If you might find them at your Dollarama's. Maybe I didn't find any Dollar Trees I went to, but maybe for people in the States, they have some dollar store that is hiding there somewhere. Maybe at Bucky's. Everything's at Bucky's, so I hear. If I go next time I go to the States, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna go to every Bucky's I can find.
Bucky's World Tour
Yeah, oh,
2026.
yeah, that's it. Video Hosers Bucky's World Tour. That's what I'm doing. Um, what else we got? Actually, I'm going to show you a silly thing. There's a wonderful stocking stuffer that I can't bring myself to open. This is Garbage Pail Kids Chupa Chups,
Ooh.
where you put the Chupa Chup inside his head, you press the button, and his explosion opens to make the Chupa Chup come out, and then you suck on him.
I heard some interesting trivia about Chupa Chups the other day. I
What was
heard that it
that?
was Salvador Dali who came up
Yeah,
with that
yeah.
logo.
We were watching the same shows, huh?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting. I actually thought that was pretty cool info that Salvador Dali came up with that, but which is it just looks like any old ye old candy shop type design. So, but yeah, that gives it a little bit of cred. Um, I'm going to show you a photo of a place. We talked about how you and I were at Nations, that arcade where we could find those cards. I got two cards out of that machine. I got a Cyborg and I got a Green Lantern somewhere. But
They're
let me
probably with PSA right now getting graded, right?
right, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's the cards that are only available out of a video game. Like, well, I can't even call that video game. But let's look at this silly photo. So yesterday with video hoster's
Oh
partner
my
Morgan.
God.
It was an entire wall, like literally from floor to ceiling, of Mambo number five musical action figures, sort of like you press them and they dance and they sing Mambo number five. If you need your Lou Bega kicks, you can get them at the, I believe, the Woodbine Mall out in Etobicoke.
And these just came out, right? They
No,
just
everything
they
in this. So
just
there was a
released
no
them.
named corner of the mall that it didn't have any sign on it, and it was just toys that were from warehouses, and like either they were half broken or they had millions of each thing. There was a Coronation Street board game, and we counted
Oh
like
my
300
God.
copies of it across this
Have
one
you, do
wall.
you have more pictures of these things? These
I might have a few there. I'm definitely going back, but it's the Woodbine Mall is
obsolete
the famous one that
items?
has the dinosaurs and the roller coaster rides in it, and it's the hidden away mall that's I've been recently told has gone into receivership, so it's going to be put on the market. So very soon it may no longer be there, but it's massive. It's
Aw.
like it feels like an old American mall. It goes on forever, and the front part of it near the amusement park, which is the only reason to go. And the amusement park was packed. Like it was because it was just before school started again. So it was full of people and families going to stuff. And then Morgan and I and our partners were a little too large to fit on half of the rides we tried to get onto. So there was, but then there was this a couple little broken down stores that were just like liquidation warehouses. And the steal away part from that was the Mambo number five dolls, but there were a lot of other weird things that were all traps in time. There's a little thing at the side there that says like mutant monster.
Is
And
it a candy or
no, if that's the one I'm thinking of, maybe that's not the one. There was a bunch of toys that had little plastic monsters that had stuff that would grow on it. So it would grow like not a chia pet, but kind of like a moldy pet.
like a Timu Chia Pet?
Yeah, it would grow like crappy stuff on it and like goopy stuff.
Sounds like a cross between a Chia Pet and a Boggle.
Yeah, or it just a petri dish basically.
Yeah, yeah.
Hence the reason why they didn't sell and they ended up in this warehouse. But yeah, luckily for them, none of them had batteries in them because I tried really hard to press all of them, hoping that the whole wall would just sort of vibrate and dance away into Mambo number five. But it didn't happen. They
I'm
knew
sure
better.
the employee would have loved that.
Yeah. The person who ran it, there was no one even in it. They were in the store next door, and every so often they would walk over and go, "If you need anything, I'm over in the other store.
Oh no.
Come on down, get your Lou Bega doll." I thought it was Usher, but it's Lou Bega. Yeah, a whole bunch of Lou Begas. So also while we have you here, I'm going to then show you a trailer. It's
Ooh.
all show and tell day. I have picked all the stuff. I am such an itchy nose. Um, I have picked all the noses and picked all the movies for Terrible Fest 2025. I've been posting on my Instagram little mashups of some of the short films. I've also posted the posters for all the features. I have chosen too many features, so I don't know what I'm going to do with them all. And I'm going to play for you now a trailer of the last thing I picked, which technically was the first thing I picked, if you can believe that. That was
I
such a
can.
David Lynch thing to say, if you can believe that.
That's a pretty good impression of David Lynch.
Yeah. um, 2 years ago, this guy posted his making of a homemade movie, uh, just a silly puppet monster movie. And I said, "Oh, if you get it made, I don't care how bad it is. I'll play it at my festival in Toronto." This guy's in the States. And he said, "Sure." And then his Instagram page that was showing the making of it kind of disappeared. This was probably right after things open up for COVID. So it's not like he took 2 years off because of COVID. This would be like right afterwards. Something along the way stopped. And then all of a sudden, only like 2 weeks ago, in like the last week of possible submissions for the festival, there it pops into my inbox saying it's been made, and it's a silly movie about demonic rabbits, and it's called Rabbids. I can't
Like rabid.
Rabbids, but with a T
Yeah.
at the end. But yeah, it's I'm not sure if I'm getting the joke right, but I'm gonna show you the trailer, and I said yes solely. I didn't even watch the movie. I just said yes because I'd been thinking about it for 2 years and said, fine, let's just do it. It's an hour long, so if it's awful, how bad could it be, right? Maybe it could. You never totally know. But we're gonna find out on Sunday, the 30th of March at Eyesore Cinema, downtown Toronto. You'll be seeing this calamity. And but right now we're gonna find out in the trailer if we're afraid of that. Fertig.
Damn, I'm glad to be out of the city for spring break.
Not everyone grew up there, you know.
They probably haven't had Indian food either.
What?
Yeah, why in the hell did you have to go camping on Easter weekend of all times anyways?
Oh.
All I'm saying is if Kermit D. Frog comes crawling up my crevices, I am done. That is it.
Guys, I think this is it.
What if Miss Piggy does?
Well, Olive, let me be honest with you. This looks like the kind of place that urban liberals go to die, and I have no interest in being murdered by a pitchfork or the great-grandson of a fake Confederate general, so I'm good.
Hold on, get you checked in.
I'm pretty sure we're in the manor house.
Are you now?
Oh.
Straight out of West Virginia.
Because I borrowed the awesome book from the place we were at before, and it's awesome.
I hope all the dialogue like that.
Okay, it says here, ex hoc ego, demonium. I don't even understand what's in that, but do you think I even said that correctly? I don't read Pig Latin or whatever that is.
Kansas Surge.
This is what you're afraid of, really?
There it is.
Little rabbit.
Oh, it's not bad.
Cute.
I like it. It's
Aren't you
cute.
so cute?
Your sucking face. Supposed to be his teeth all falling out.
I think they were like
Spoiler, now we know they're all dead. Bunch of people getting attacked by sock puppets. I like how wobbly and long they are.
yeah, that looks good actually. I like that.
Rapid.
Do you always do like an animal attack one? Because I think last time you did one with was it beavers?
I haven't done any
Gophers?
beavers. Yeah,
Gophers.
I've done gophers. Yeah, I've done the gorphers. They've appeared twice in our 8 years of Terrible Fest. But I mean, how can you resist little evil creatures? It's just the critters, but homemade. Like that's my thing. That's my jam. Which is why I've said yes to that movie without even watching it. I'm sure I'll watch a bit more of it before we actually play it, but it's not like I'm going to change my mind. I can't take it back now. Can't renege. Got to keep to my word. So y'all, as they would say when you're straight out of West Virginia, you can watch Rad Bits with the rest of us on Sunday, March 30th at Eyesore as part of Terrible Fest 2025. So yeah, something to look forward to. So you threatened that that you're done. You're not going to do any more videos for 2025, and I know that's a lie.
Yeah, I'll be doing a video probably this weekend.
Yeah, see, absolutely, yeah, right.
I usually do like one video every 5 days, and I switch between doing like something called mystery packs, where I pick 5 packs that have nothing to do with each other, and I do a tiny bit of sports, but mostly non-sports stuff. So like for
Done for your
example,
big baseball field time.
yeah, I've got this motorsport high flyers coming up.
Ooh, I like
I've got
the
the
back.
Babysitters Club.
Are they panini stickers?
Yeah, top stickers.
Ooh,
Inuyasha. I got the True Crime Chaos pack I'm doing.
very
Where you can
small
get-
cards on those. It looks like they're.
There's 4 cards per pack, and let me tell you, each card is $2.50 at that rate.
So everybody, click like and subscribe. Make it worth it.
Kiss,
Kiss Alive.
yeah. So that's what I got coming up.
Those they should each one of those cards should have the ability to rub face paint on with the back of the cards.
Oh, yeah.
What to say about that? They should all have like transferable tattoos, so you have Paul Stanley eyes. And then I still have a present for you, which if I don't see in the near future, this is getting sent in the mail. It's the LOG Batman pack that is both Batman Begins, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin somehow.
What is this? Where do you find these things?
These are, I believe, for a little while. These were at the Dixie Outlet Mall, but our friend Will Sloan bought the whole box of them. So I said that you needed one. But
Yes.
I'm not going to post this right here. You can see it as a tease, but you can also look on my Instagram because I've taken a photo of that. The back. If you read the back of these box of cards, it will blow your mind. And to know how many you get in there, oh, like I love that it says at the bottom here in this fancy writing, 2006 Batman Begins. But with Two-Face and the Riddler.
I can't wait. That Batman Begins sounds awesome.
and it's so many cards. It feels like it should be a playing card game, but they're numbered trading cards. They're all shiny and glossy. Everyone is sort of holographic.
You could get autographs from Christian Bale, from Tommy Lee Jones, Jim Carrey,
from Chris Bailey. It actually says it's signed by and Thomas Lejeune is what the other one says. But what I will read out is we'll try to find one line in here that actually really sticks. That will blur it around. It says, God had never given him a chance to fulfill his revenge. And then after finding a basement under his villa in which the equipments turned him into another person, Bruce Wayne became Spider-Man.
That's the Batman I know. Spider-Man.
That's literally what it says on the back of this box. Right. So you've got that coming for you.
Oh my God, I can't wait. That sounds amazing.
Then instead of giving you this pack, since you've got a whole bunch of other ones, I'm opening one more. I'm only going to show one card, and then we're going to sign off.
It's got to be a good one.
It's got to be a good one. I don't think so. I think it's got to be a crap one because actually, okay, here's your banger. This is all that's worth it. Foil card, Red Hood versus Deathstroke. That's actually pretty cool. But then, of course, just the Shazam symbol. Just make us all into Gambit. Thanks for coming, Milo. Happy New Year, everybody. We'll see you soon. Check out Trading Cards. I'll put a link in there. I'll put a link up everyone's noses. We're also see at the WOC at the end of the month. We got a big special coming up on the 31st. We'll see you all soon.
Change is good. Stick with us.
Come on down. Get your loot